May profits be upon you. Welcome to another weekly market forecast. We're looking at silver futures, and it's not a whole lot to say here other than this is crazy. Look at that! Look at that drop. It went up and had a sharp drop. I mean, and that basically happened in one day. If we go to the daily time frame, I don't know why my mouse is all over the place. All right, but you can see. Come on, it's still ticking. I don't know what's going on. All right, you can see that this happened in one day. That was Friday. And why? Because the President Trump, nominated Kevin Warsh for the federal chair, and was seen as a hawkish appointment by, nomination by the president. It's seen as hawkish by the markets, and because he has a reputation for, you know, being a guy that wants to maintain market credibility, and he would take a data driven approach to lowering um, uh, interest rates as opposed to just bending to the will of the president. So what did investors do? They took their money out of precious metals like gold and silver, and and moved that money to the U.S. dollar. And what did the U.S. dollar do at the same time those were dropping? Well, it had a surge. It rallied right up. All right, but we're here to look at silver. All right, so what happens from this point? Listen, this is this is not something that you would an investor should be exactly worried about. Not an investor. Traders, yeah, traders got their butts handed to them because they were probably looking for longs. All right, and you had speculators, retail coming in late up here saying, "Hey, I want to get in on this too because of FOMO," and the market dropped them, took people out of those longs, took those people out of those long positions, pulled the rug out from under them. 30% drop, right? And here we landed into an order block, right? And curiously enough, this is just above these dotted lines. What are these dotted lines? If we go down to the 3 month time frame, 3 month time frame, a quarter, 1 quarter, you can see there is a fair value gap here, a very large one that has not been pulled back into. And we are very close to this fair value gap. All right. If we go back to the monthly, you can see it's right below this this big old pullback. It's not very far. I'm thinking there's a chance the market may want to pull back into it and before moving back up. If we go up to, yeah, there on the weekly, you can see this is the opposing candlestick. All right, the opposing candlestick is where you'll find where the markets return to and find support at, more oftentimes than not. But there are relative equal lows under here that I want to be. I want to, cite, and watch, because that's what makes me think the market may come down even further into this big old quarterly fair value gap here before it decides it wants to find support and come back up after a parabolic move like silver just performed, and gold. You can expect the market to kind of dwell down here for maybe a week or two, if not a month, before it starts to pull back up. Some people are thinking that, it may just turn around and whatever and pull back up. No, no, I don't expect that. I think the probability is that it would creep down a little bit more to tap into the fair value gap here, the quarterly that I pointed out. Take out these relative equal lows on this daily, all right, inside of this order block. And then and then start another move higher, because the overall uptrend has not been broken. All right, this is merely a liquidity pullback. That's all it is. It's not a reversal. All right, so I'm expecting it to find I'm expecting price to find support here. All right, if not down a little further. All right, and that fair value gap starts at 78.53. Okay, uh, right just below the order block itself. So I am looking for the market to find stability there. All right, it doesn't make any sense to go down any further to lower time frames, because what I mean, this is the correction, a correction to a parabolic move, and the lower time frames aren't going to give you the information you need. There is these relative equal lows here, and one's just beyond it. That's why I'm thinking that we'll probably come into this fair value gap. All right, and you'll know it too, because you see this the wick here. You know what I how I usually divide that into 50%. The upper 50%, if the market stays within the upper 50%, keeps, if the bodies, let me put that more specifically, if the bodies stay above that 150, above that 50%, sorry, let me see if I can get this right here. There you go. All right. If the bodies of candle bodies stay above that, then there's a good chance we're gonna see, if it's gonna respect it, we're gonna see further gains. We're gonna see a resumption of the uptrend, the overall uptrend. If the market starts to close bodies below that, then we are coming towards those relative equal lows, and quite possibly these lows here into the fair value gap from the quarter, from the single quarter fair value gap down here. It's a large one, all right, and that should be the next week. The next week or so is going to be a pretty interesting time, as we see the market start to either consolidate, which is what I'm expecting after a parabolic move, consolidate for a while, and then we wait for the breakout of that consolidation. A peak down would be manipulation, and then we could see some distribution going up this way. That's what I'm having in my mind. We're just going to play it the way the market gives it to us. We just got to wait and see. That's all there is to it. All right. There was a lot of liquidity on these lows as the market came down here. A lot of liquidity. All right. And there's some liquidity below this low and these lows. The market may just want to get into that and build up some liquidity here, above and below, manipulate, and then move up. But I think we're going to see a resumption of the uptrend after we hit this fair value gap. That's where I'm at on this. All right, you let me know what your opinions are in the comment section. All right, I would love to entertain any of your questions, and if you have a different viewpoint, hey, drop a chart and with some explanations on it, some markups on it, and I would love to, go at it, look at it, and talk to you about it. All right. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the boost button. Make sure you check out the video that I already put out like yesterday. I put one out on Saturday. Yay! For the U.S. dollar, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, the US dollar here. Go check that out. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and may profits be upon you.